Hello people, I'm back with a video on thyroid hormones and drugs related to it. I hope you understand it well. Thyroid and anti-thyroid drugs. So question number 1, what is the role of thyroid hormones? Number 2, what is hyperthyroid state and what are hypothyroid states? Question number 3, what drugs do we take in hyperthyroidism and what do we take in hypothyroidism? Question 4, why do we have to take drugs for abnormal thyroid hormone level? So all those questions are discussed here. So firstly, actions of thyroid hormones. It is responsible for the normal growth and development of the body, which is necessary obviously. Then nervous system development. Hence, deficiency of thyroid hormones leads to cretinism, that is mental retardation in children, and myxedema, that is impaired intelligence and abnormal behavior in adults. Then cardiovascular system. In case of hyperthyroidism, we face tachycardia, that is increased heart rate, palpitation and arrhythmias. Then in case of hypothyroidism, bradycardia, that is decrease in heart rate and decreased force of contraction. Its effect on metabolism. So first, carbohydrate metabolism. In hyperthyroid state, there is insulin resistance which can lead to diabetes mellitus. Then on fats, it has a lipolytic action, that is breakdown of fats. And then on proteins, it has catabolic action, that is breakdown of proteins and therefore muscle wasting. Fifth, reproduction. Both hypo and hyperfunction leads to infertility. So now we know what happens in hyper and hypothyroid states and why do we have to take the medicines for that. Now, in order to discuss about various drugs, we have to first learn how the thyroid hormones are synthesized so that we can increase its production or decrease its production. Okay, let's first understand this very simple diagram. So this is the blood vessel, these are the follicular cells, and this is the follicular lumen. Okay, so first step is called iodide trapping. So I minus from the plasma of the blood vessel is transported into the follicular cell. This is known as iodide trapping and it is through a symporter known as sodium iodide symporter. So this was the first step, that was iodide trapping. Now the second step is oxidation. So I minus is converted to I plus and this step is known as oxidation. It is carried out by an enzyme known as thyroid peroxidase. Now the next step is known as iodination. In this, the tyrosine molecule which is attached to a thyroglobulin is iodinated by this I plus. So tyrosine and I plus combines. If one I plus combines with tyrosine, then MIT, that is monoiodothyronine, forms, and if two I plus combines with this tyrosine, then DIT, that is diiodothyronine, forms. Still this MIT and DIT is attached to the thyroglobulin molecule. Okay. Now the third step is known as coupling. So coupling happens between MIT and DIT. So if one MIT and one DIT couples, then triiodothyronine, that is T3, forms. And if two DIT couples, then thyroxine, that is T4, forms, and still this thyroglobulin molecule is attached to it. So this was coupling. Now the fourth step is release. So the released T3 and T4 moves into the blood vessel without this thyroglobulin molecule, and this step is due to an enzyme known as thiol endopeptidase. The fifth and the last step is called peripheral conversion of T4 to T3. Why this is done? Because T4 is the main circulating form while T3 is the active form and we need the active form. So we have to convert this T4 into T3 and this is by an enzyme known as 5' deiodinase. So these were the 5 steps. Let us repeat. First, there is iodide trapping. Then I minus is oxidized to I plus. Then there is iodination of the tyrosine molecule and thus the formation of MIT and DIT. Then there is coupling. So MIT combines with DIT to form T3 and 2-DIT forms T4. Then there is release of T3 and T4 from the thyroglobulin molecule which comes into the blood vessel. Then there is peripheral conversion of T4 to T3 because T3 is the active form while T4 is the circulating form and this is by the enzyme 5' deiodinase. So based on this, let's discuss the drugs for hyperthyroidism in order to decrease the thyroid hormones. So first is ionic inhibitor. These inhibits the sodium iodide symporter pump. That was the first step. Thus it inhibits the iodide trapping. It is toxic, so not in use currently. Examples are thiocyanates and perchlorates. Then the second is hormone synthesis inhibitor. So these are the thioamide drugs that inhibits the thyroid peroxidase. Where have we used thyroid peroxidase? एक तो यहाँ and second यहाँ. So first in oxidation and then in coupling. So these inhibitors inhibit the thyroid peroxidase, which leads to inhibition of oxidation, iodination and coupling reactions. Examples are propylthiouracil, carbimazole and methimazole. Third is hormone release inhibitors. So these are thiol endopeptidase inhibitors which block the release of thyroid hormones from the thyroglobulin molecule. So this step is inhibited. Example are potassium iodide and Lugol's iodine. The fourth is 5'-deiodinase inhibitor. So what they do? They block the conversion of T4 to T3. Example, propylthiouracil, beta blockers, steroids and amiodarone. So this last step is inhibited. Fifth and last is destruction of the thyroid tissues. It is done by the radioactive iodine I-131. Now let's discuss briefly about individual drugs. First, ionic inhibitors are not used, so we will start with hormone synthesis inhibitors. So they are commonly two, propylthiouracil and carbimazole, which is a prodrug and it is converted to its active form, that is methimazole. So propylthiouracil is less potent and has plasma T half of 1.5 hours, so we have to give it more than once in a day, 3 to 4 times. While carbimazole is more potent and the plasma T half is 6 to 8 hours, so we have to give it only once a day. Then propylthiouracil is strongly plasma protein bound, so it does not cross the placenta and hence can be preferred in pregnancy, while carbimazole cannot be. Side effects of propylthiouracil is it is hepatotoxic and carbimazole is that it is teratogenic. So itself it is not used in pregnancy because of its teratogenic effect. Now the use of propylthiouracil, it is used in Graves' disease. It is drug of choice in pregnancy, hyperthyroidism related to pregnancy. Then it is drug of choice in thyroid storm. Thyroid storm is an emergency condition of the hyperthyroidism. So PTO is used in this because it has a faster action and it also inhibits the peripheral conversion of T4 to T3, which is an extra action. So therefore we use PTU in thyroid storm. Then what are the uses of carbimazole or methimazole? Drug of choice in hyperthyroidism in general population and drug of choice in Graves' disease. What are the common side effects of these? It can lead to hypothyroidism, skin rashes and granulocytopenia. Third class is hormone release inhibitors. So these are thiol endopeptidase inhibitors which blocks the release of hormone from the thyroglobulin molecule, remember? Example, potassium iodide and Lugol's iodine. These are the fastest acting drugs. What is the use of these drugs? So they are given pre-operatively 7 to 10 days before surgery of thyroidectomy, that is removal of thyroid gland, to make the gland firm, shrink and less vascular. So क्या होगा कि अगर ग्लैंड श्रिंक हो जाएगा तो उसको रिमूव करना ईजी होगा और अगर लेस वैस्कुलर हो जाएगा तो ब्लीडिंग भी कम होगी. So it has to be given pre-operatively 7 to 10 days. Okay, then side effects, hypersensitivity and dysgeusia, that is metallic taste or abnormal taste. Another class of drug is 5'-deiodinase inhibitors which blocks the peripheral conversion of T4 to T3. So these are beta blockers, corticosteroids and propylthiouracil, which we have learned here, and hormone synthesis inhibitors too. Okay. So what is the action of beta blockers? Agents like propranolol control the symptoms of thyrotoxicosis such as tachycardia, palpitation and arrhythmias, They are also used in thyroid storms for quick control of symptoms. And then corticosteroids and PTU block the peripheral conversion of T4 to T3. So these are 5' deiodinase inhibitors. Now the last class of drug are radioactive iodine, which destroys the thyroid glands. So I-131 is used as sodium salt by oral route. Remember this oral route. It emits beta rays, which helps in thyroid ablation by destroying the thyroid tissue without any damage to the adjacent tissues. Simple. Then advantages. It has low treatment cost and it is convenient as hospitalization of patient for surgery is avoided and control of hyperthyroidism is permanent. Okay, then what is disadvantage? It may result in permanent hypothyroidism and it cannot be used in pregnancy as it may lead to congenital hypothyroidism in fetus, and also it is carcinogenic, so it can cause secondary cancers. So these were the drugs for hyperthyroidism. Now last we will study about the drugs for hypothyroidism. So first question is, why do we give these drugs? So hypothyroid states could lead to cretinism in children, myxedema in adults, and myxedema, weight gain, infertility, and decreased heart rate. We obviously do not need these symptoms, so we take drugs for hypothyroidism. So what are the two commonly used drugs? Levothyroxine, it is composed of T4, and liothyronine, that is T3. So levothyroxine is long-acting drug. Route of administration is oral or IV, whereas liothyronine is short-acting drug and same route of administration is oral or IV. Use of levothyroxine, it is drug of choice for hypothyroidism. It is used in thyroid carcinoma as it decreases the thyroid stimulating hormone so that no new cells are formed. Then myxedema, it is given by IV route as it is an emergency condition, and levothyroxine is the drug of choice for myxedema, What precautions should you take? Start with low dose in elderly patients with heart problems as it may precipitate angina, arrhythmia, or myocardial infarction. And liothyronine is less preferred. So this was it. I hope you had a clear view on this topic. If you liked my efforts, do consider subscribing to the channel for more such videos and like and share as much as you can. Signing off, this is Palak Sanghai.